what he does with the power. Now it's not about money no more. Now it's about control. What they're doing is they're setting up that control so that they can shut off the income of, give me that in, I think it's Daniel 4, step 12 and 4.
Oh, you talking about the knowledge shall run to and fro?
No, it's about Ecclesiastes, sorry. I think it's Ecclesiastes what? What's his name? The gathering shall not come.
Oh, second Ezra's 501 store shall be shut. But Ecclesiastes 12, I believe.
I think it's there at the end.
12
and 4, I got it. So it says here, Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. No, I started 3. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. And those that look out the windows be darkened. So guess what? The jobs is not going to be here no more. The grinding is not going to come anymore. The gathering is not going to come in anymore. So it says here, verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. We already saw that in 2020. That was a preview of what's going to happen in the near future. Right? Let me finish this.
Yeah.
When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. That's why the music is garbage right now, man. They're taking samples, they're taking that robot auto-tune nonsense to another degree, man. You would think these people are singers. Meanwhile, that shit sound like garbage, man. They even do videos with that robot voice nowadays, man. Everything they want to actually robotize. You know what I'm saying?
I got this neighbor, he can't sing for shit, man. But then he hits himself with the auto-tune, and all of a sudden he can sing. And he really makes music, but he can't sing shit. Every day I'm sitting there, he wakes me up to him trying to sing. I'm like, dude, you can't fucking sing. Sometimes I yell out, hey, shut the hell up, man.
That's because there's auto-tune nonsense. It shows you that this whole world is being destroyed slowly but surely. Because everybody's thinking that this is music. This is not music. If you listen to the music from the 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s, that was real music, man. So the Lord said, the daughters of music shall be brought low. Rap is a daughter of hip-hop. And hip-hop is a daughter of jazz and blues. And rock and roll is a daughter of blues too, and jazz. From jazz come rock and roll and blues. From blues come jazz and rock and roll. Sorry.
Country came from blues too.
Country came from blues also. So the daughters of blues are country music, jazz, and rock and roll. The daughters of hip-hop comes from down there too. The daughters from hip-hop comes also from blues and stuff like that. They started rapping and stuff like that, right? And then from the hip-hop came the rap. And then from the rap came the gangster rap. Stuff like that. Nowadays they got trap and they got crap. They got drill, which are all daughters of hip-hop. So the daughters of music shall be brought low. You know, because even rock and roll as a daughter made other daughters like metal shit, satanic fucking rock, that bullshit, that demon shit.
Hey, rock and roll used to be beautiful, man.
Yeah, rock and roll.
You could dance to it.
You remember this song? The song is called, I just heard it recently, The Boys Are Back in Town. No, The Boys Are Back in Town.
You got swing from rock and roll?
Right. It was actually a Jake that made that song, man. He saw Jimi Hendrix and he said to himself, wow, I didn't know black people could lead in a rock and roll thing. That's how messed up it is. Even though jazz, blues, rock and roll came from us. But to the time, we lost that knowledge of where rock and roll came from. So this guy, he became great in Ireland, man. His father was a Jake, you know, and his mother was an Edomite, you know. And she went through a lot of racism with them. She even had 2 other babies by 2 other men, and she gave them up for adoption, but she kept him. Grew up with him, you know what I'm saying? And he became a lead singer of, I forgot the band name, man, and something with Thin. Thin Thistle or something like that. Anyway, you can just type this in Google. The boys are back in town. You know, rock song. Then you will see that that is a Jake, and he looked like a cartoon figure, man. He looked like one of them cartoon character Jakes. You know, of course his mother is an Edomite. You know, so he's not gonna look like your average Wesley Snipes or your Tyrese. What's his name? Tyrese what? What's his name? Tyrese from Fast and Furious.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too, man. But anyway, that guy from Fast and Furious. Not all Jakes gonna look like that, man. You're gonna have Jakes look like Paul Walker.
Man, I saw
and Paul Walker is also from Fast and Furious, you know, because his son, the man that I'm talking about, his son, he had a son with another Edomite female, right? And when you see his son, that guy look like a fucking Edomite, man. You see him like, goddamn. And then it's his son, man. And then he also has an Edomite wife, and now they look like a bunch of devils, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the Paul Walker, basically. No, I'm giving an example. They look like Edomites, man. They got the yellow hair, blue eyes and shit.
Justin Timberlake.
You know what I'm saying? I think Justin is a Jake too, man. But anyway.
He can dance, man.
But the guy what I'm talking about from the boys are back in town. If you check out his bloodline, you will see like the more you know descendants go, the whiter they become, man. Are you gonna tell me those are not Israelites? You have a lot of Israelites that look like that, living in Ireland. And you know what the funny thing about them is? They always boast how their great grandfather is a dark-skinned man, which is the truth. But they're not ashamed to say it because they know better, especially on their father's side. That's the only side that I'm talking about actually that matters. And, yeah, and they are proud about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there's not a lot of physical Jakes in Ireland. There are, but I mean like physical Jakes like how we look. Yeah, like the outward appearance, right? So once you're there and you go start going to school, you see only Edomite chicks, man. Guess what? You're gonna start popping that. You know? What? Shit. Or what? You want your parents to import daughters from darker nations onto you? That's not really gonna happen because they ain't got their money like that. Yeah, give me that.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. For the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Right, because he knows the spirit, he knows the mind. And this is talking about the mind for this case, because they was both Israelites. But you can apply that too. The Most High doesn't look at the outward appearance. He looks at what is within the soul. If the soul is an Israelite, then guess what? You are an Israelite, and nobody can take your crown from you, except you allow them. There's Revelation 3 and 9. Give me that. 3 and 9. It says that let no man take your crown. You got to watch out for people that lie to you. You know, you might be an Israelite, but the guy says like, no, you a Hamite, or nah, you a Edomite. Because ISUPK did that, man. There was a West African Jake. We know he did Jake. Came and they asked, can I come to the Passover? And then he said, no, you a Hamite. How the hell you know that he's a Hamite, man? He's an Israelite, man. He just told you that he's from West Africa, man. And you can see the little boy's spirit like, no, man, wait a minute. You in America as a slave descendant, your bitch ass comes from fucking the same country that he comes from. You know what I'm saying? So how come you're not an African? They ain't Hamites, man. They might think they are. You know? Nipsey Hussle ain't no, he would be considered a Hamite, right? That's not a Hamite.
Cushite, right?
That's not a Cushite, man. I have never fully listened to a song of Nipsey Hussle. Didn't even really notice him until he was gone. But that's what Esau does, man. When you're gone, they make money off of you. It's not necessarily about making you a legend. No. It's necessarily about actually making more money off of you, because now they're gonna start selling T-shirts and it's gonna sell out. You know? But once you're alive, ain't nobody wants your damn T-shirt, man. They be like, oh, there's nothing there. You nobody. You only somebody until somebody kills you. Even Biggie said that, man. And then they love you. Look at Michael Jackson. After he died, then these goddamn devils started talking good about him. Because now there was about that money, man. Because he is an income, he's a paycheck. Every radio station started playing his song. That's ka-ching ching. They getting paid for that, man. You know, they making documentaries about him. That's that ka-ching ching, man. Hey, what you screaming about, man? What you screaming like that, man? Hey, he just did a tummy on me, man. Hey, did you just do a tummy tucker on me, man?
You don't like correction.
Yeah, he definitely don't like correction. Yo, but
God, I got this.
hey, we gonna wrap it up. Hey, he did it again.
Oh wow.
Hey, we gonna wrap it up. Boom. So, stopper.
Y'all rebellious, man.
Rebellious.
Rebellion. We're gonna have a council about this.
Right, man. Give me that.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold thou fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah. How can they take your crown? By lying to you. How can they take your crown? By making you do wicked things. You're not supposed to trick you. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to follow after false pastors and stuff like that. Because you had guys that was in Great Millstone, all of a sudden they run to GOCC or IUIC because there you can line up. You can't line up here, man. You come around us, we're going to actually bully you until you leave, man. Because we're going to tell you like, hey, man, you ain't supposed to wear your hair like that. Man, you ain't supposed to wear pink. We're going to do stuff to you, man. Not in maliciousness. We just gonna tell you like, hey man, listen up, man. You can't come with that pink ass shirt to the camp, man. Why not? We don't do that feminine shit, man. Get out of here. You look kind of gay. You look suspicious, man.
You look a little bit gay.
You all buffed up with the beard, all rough, manly looking, but you got pink shorts on. You can't do that, man. As we speaking of pink.
I saw this Jake, right?
Great ass
He
example.
had a pink T-shirt with the short shorts and the long hair. I was like, he's something. You know, that's what I get.
You look like a girl.
Like this comedian, he said, Crips wear blue, Bloods wear red, Killers wear black. What the fuck is pink? You know what I'm saying?
Pink is a girl. Girls wear pink. Yeah, it's it.
I think he was getting cut. He's like, let me walk this off. Ow.
You just walk it off. You just walk it off. I was looking for something.
It's beige, man.
It's beige. It's beige. Right. Where is it?
I got a precept to you for.
Give me. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Amos chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in the time, for it is an evil time.
The prudent is the one that has careful thoughts for the future. The Most High is prudent. Because when he created man, before he created man, he already knew that, for example, the man, his genital is going to get hard, and then, you know, the female genital is going to get watery. Because if it doesn't get watery, what happens? It doesn't really go inside. It goes inside with pain. You're going to have pain, she's going to have pain. So the Most High was prudent, so therefore he's like, I'm going to make these two
He already knew.
flesh to actually, you know, slide up in each other without friction. Oh, I got it. I'm going to make the girl be able to secrete wetness, you know what I'm saying? And that would be a wetness of slime. You know what I'm saying? Not no normal water, because water dries up if you hit it with friction. Have you ever tried drying your hands without the how you call that thing? Without a blanket, like a
Slide your hand and
yeah,
get the water off.
yeah. But if you keep on doing it, it's actually gonna dry up.
Evaporates.
You know what I'm saying? It evaporates. Hey. That's what it does. You know what know what I'm saying? And if you ask yourself how I know, well, I went swimming often in Suriname, for example, and we didn't have no, how you call that thing, man? Towels. We don't have no towels. So what did you do?
You just sit out in the sun.
I know, but that goes faster. But the sun will make it will do that. It will evaporate it, vaporize that shit.
It's hot over there.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that heat, man. You go in the jungle in Sudan, boy, it's humid as hell. It's like you entered into a steam room. You're like, God damn. I was like, yo, let's turn back.
What was that? I was reading a chapter today. Woo! The thing come again in my nose. It's something in the air.
Yeah, my nose
It's like this on his ear. I took it out just then. That's why I didn't sneeze. Yeah, me too.
He's all busy.
You know what? Leave it, man. I lost it. But, I was looking for
just
something.
continue on that second Ezra's.
Right.
So going back to second, wait, I got a precept concerning Ecclesiastes 12, concerning the famine. It says here in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22, and it reads, "And suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Because, for example, what I wanted to say before, there was this Jake that I saw yesterday on the video. I think today. He said that a lot of people are getting laid off jobs. Thousands of people are losing their jobs, man. And that's showing you that the grinding is ceasing, man. Because when you before, back in the time when you heard the grinding, that means that the city was very prosperous. That business was booming, trade was going in, but all that's being taken down. So suddenly, the storehouses, which were full of goods, medicine, food, water, it's going to be found empty.
What the? Wait, hey, oh, you need to be on the camera.
Oh yeah. You keep moving to the right, man.
I don't notice that.
You know you're Israelite?
Yeah, man, you know you're Israelite, man?
I'm more pure than all of you. I'm from Africa.
I wanted to say in the kingdom I'm gonna smack the shit out of this dude, but I can't.
Also,
Because in the kingdom we're gonna be peace.
Yeah, we're going to be
Peaceful. Para. Hey, sométeme chocolate. Wow. Oh. Potato. Fuck off. Cesar.
This is Job chapter 20, Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. How do we know who the wicked are? Grab me Malachi 1 and 4. Because people, they want to always talk about how, that the anti-Messiah, is a whole bunch of, it's like pretty much a bunch of people, right? No, it's a certain particular people that the Most High has set up to be the wicked, man. Go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
Right. So they are the wicked. That just shows you why the Most High hates Esau, man. Edom, as it talks about in Romans, I believe Romans 9. Esau have I hated, but Jacob have I loved. Because the Most High has indignation forever for these people. Why? Because they're the wicked, man. The Most High has given this earth over to the hands of the wicked. That's why this whole earth mourns, man. That's why you see people suffering out here, And the thing is, a lot of people escape from suffering by the lust of their flesh, man. That's why they get high, smoke weed, do drugs, commit adultery, go out and rob people, hurt people, for the excitement to be known in this earth, out of folly. Because they're trying to escape the actual reality that we're in, man. Right?
I have Romans.
No. Go back to Job 9.
This is Job chapter 9 verse 24 again, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?"
Right. And he covered the faces of the judges thereof. And how did he do that? He did that in the time of the Renaissance. Okay, and the word Renaissance is a French word meaning rebirth. When they came back into power between the 14th and the 1300s, man. They came back into power and they pretty much whitewashed the whole history, painted the images of the likeness of themselves. You know, also going into the Greek Empire. They did that as well.
Yeah, this is
Go ahead, read.
this is First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. "And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images."
Right, and the Maccabees, what era was that? That was in the Greek Empire. So that's what they did. They took the book and they made the images after themselves, man. That's why even today, you see in these museums, you know, the Greek Empire, they had a bunch of naked babies with little wings and shit, you know? Trying to show that, you know, that they're the chosen people on this earth, but they're not, man. Nope. I'll go to Romans. What you had?
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 9 verse 13. "As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated."
Can you go up a little further?
Verse 11. Let me start at verse 11. "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil."
Right, and this is going back to Isaac when he's, you know, his wife was pregnant. Okay? Go ahead.
"That the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand,
Go ahead.
not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, The elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated."
Because, you know, when you go back to Genesis chapter 25, you know, the older, which was Esau, you know, later on his name was changed to Edom. Okay? He was the older, and the future prophecy is that he's going to serve us. Huh?
It's my little cousin.
That he was going to serve us. And it goes into how the Most High hates Esau but loved us. And there's a very good reason for that. You know, a lot of people don't understand the fact that Esau was set up to be that vessel for destruction, fitted for destruction. Okay? Let me see.
That's right.
You know? And that's what's going to happen here in the future, you know, when he's getting ready to fill up his belly, you know, which he's doing right now, feasting upon the people. The Most High is going to stop his enterprise, man.
I mean, it's new world order.
You know? Can you grab me one more scripture? 2 Ezra chapter 6.
What do you want?
You know,
Esau?
yeah. This is what's going down, man.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, 7.
This is the last one, and then we're going to cut it.
Yeah.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham, wacht even. Oh. And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right, man, and that's a prophecy that's about to happen. You know, we're gonna yank his whole enterprise, everything down, man. You know, and that's what's happening right now. That's why the service of prophets are sent out early. Every time that, you know, there was the end of a kingdom or something's going on, the Most High will send out his service to do what? To prophesy against the kingdom, man, that's been established by the Most High.
The downfall.
To the downfall. You know, and this is a very, very beautiful times that we're in, man. We're actually about to enter into the kingdom, man, where there's going to be peace upon this earth.
He's one of the elites. It's like a high class feeling. You can see her clothing. You see that they don't belong here. You see that? Did you see her clothing and her skin texture? Look like they no. They look like they inbred. Not inbred. I mean like they keep it in the family. No, not really red. They just have a different skin texture.
Like the Amish. The Amish, they keep it in the...
No, but their skin texture is not elite. They look poor. This one looks rich. They have a different Edomite skin texture. Just like how you have the, how you call that, Spanish. If you look at a Spanish person here, then you know they're Spanish. The Spanish is different than the Edomite from here. And the Edomite faces from East Europe, their faces is different. You can see it though. You're not from here.
Yeah, the Russian, the Polish.
Right. They're different from the Dutch, and the English is different from the Dutch and the Eastern Europe. But anyway, with that, we're gonna give all praises to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. God belong us unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And shalom to the sincere Akim Rakaz. Shalom.
Almost
Hey
got
man,
you,
what's
man.
up, man?